So in the last video, I showed you guys how to do a peyote stitch with the Tila beads. So what I want to do is I want to take you a step further and I want to show you how to embellish the peyote stitch with some crystals and seed beads so that it makes a really fun embellished bracelet. Here is actually the base that I did in the last video with some copper 3mm and some bronze size 11 seed beads. And then here is a matte orange in the Tilas with some black and purple and lime green for the 3mm. So I'm going to start off where I finished putting my clasp from the last video. So if you want to see that one, you can go back to YouTube and watch that one to our channel. I've added my clasp and I'm going to come back through my Tila and my seed beads and my Tila just like I normally would, like I was going to tie it off. And I'm going to come right down through the very next hole in the outside Tila. And now this is going to take a little bit of a maneuvering to try and get it, but you can see there was the hole I was coming out of. Here's the next hole, and there is where it exits. So I'm going to pull that on through. Now you can use one color, you can use two colors. On the green one here, I used one solid color of the 11s, and on the orange one, I used a metallic purple and a black. So you can use as many colors of the 11s as you choose to use. Today I'm going to be using a size 11 Silverline Clear. So I'm going to pick up 3 11s, one 3mm bicone, and 3 11s. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to come diagonally across to the Tila on the opposite side, and I'm coming out of the second hole here of the Tila. So when I come diagonal, I'm going to come to the second hole of the first Tila on this end, and I'm going to go straight down through that second hole and pull the thread so that it puts a diagonal set of beads right across. I'm going to come up through the very next hole in the next Tila. I'm not going to be going through any beads in the two center Tilas here. I'm just going to be working with the Tilas on the outside edges. So again, I'm going to pick up my same set. So I've got 3 11s, one 3mm, and 3 11s. I'm coming out of the top hole of the second Tila, so I'm going to go to the second Tila here on the other side, and I'm going to go through the top hole, pull that on through, so that now my two embellishments lay side by side. Come down through the very next hole in the end Tila here, I'm going to pick up 3 11s, one 3mm, and 3 11s. I'm coming out of the bottom hole of the second Tila, so I'm going to come to the second Tila on this side, and I'm going to go right through that bottom hole. Pull. I'm going to come up through the very next hole, which will be in the next Tila here. I'm going to pick up my set, so 3 11s, one 3mm, and 3 11s. I'm coming out of the top hole of the third Tila here on the bottom. So I'm going to go to the third Tila here on the top and go through this top hole. Pull. One more time, I'm going to go down through the very next hole in the Tila, pull this thread, do my set, so 3 11s, one 3mm bicone, and 3 11s. I'm coming out of the bottom hole of the third Tila. So I'm going to come diagonally across and I'm going to go through the bottom hole of the third Tila here on the end. And I'm going to pull that on through. So you'll continue adding your embellishments all the way down the bracelet until you come through the very last Tila. And as you can see, it's just going to make a nice little strip and cover up those 2 Tilas down in the center. As you can see, I have the embellishment done, and I'm all the way down here. I've added the last bead here on the end. So all you have to do once you go through the last bead on one side is just tie the thread off and you'll be done with it, and then you'll have a beautiful new embellished cuff style bracelet. So these are the 3 kits that we will have available on our website, offthebeadedpathbeadstore.com, or on our Etsy site, and we will have the pattern available too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this new beading adventure that we went on today, and I'll see you again next time for another fun adventure. Bye bye.